Various deities such as Vishnu, Shiva, and Devi are seen as different aspects or manifestations of the one Brahman, each representing different attributes and functions of the divine.
Because there is no the God, there is no incarnation. Avatar means a repeat performance. Yes, avatar means he's come once again in a certain form. But does not mean the God has come.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Here, Sadhguru, in the front, to your left. Namaskaram. Sadhguru, I would like to know how realized beings, only some of them become gods and others don't. Is there any science behind it, or do they come with any predetermined…
No, they just
life?
have to die.
For example, after Gautama, so many would have come, but I think only you are doing such phenomenal things on this planet.
What are you trying to tell me?
I'm saying only you are likely to be the next god, but then already you are a god now. But I'm saying, why only you? For example, in these 30 years, so many disciples, so many people you have cultivated. Would you make one of them as capable as you? In the days to come, in the years to come, can we see one of your disciples as Sadhguru?
Oh. Gautama became a Buddha, did not become a god. Buddha means one who is a dada over his buddhi. One who has total mastery over his buddhi is a Buddha. One who has no mastery over his buddhi is a monkey, compulsive. So many things. Tell me, what is it human beings are suffering? Their own intelligence, isn't it? If you take away half their brain, they will sit peacefully. So they don't know how to handle their own intelligence, that's all they are. So in this, where does God come from? You must understand, this is a godless culture. Please listen to me carefully. This is a godless culture. There is no the God in this culture ever. This is a culture where we always told you, your life is your karma. Did we or not? Huh? What does it mean? Karma means action. When you say, my life is my karma, it means you are saying, my life is my making, whether I'm making it unconsciously or consciously. This is not a culture to look up, this is a culture to look in. This is not a culture where you want to go and sit in God's lap. Here, this is a culture which does not value God more than freedom, because mukti was our highest goal, moksha was our highest goal, not God, isn't it? Now, imported ideas you've got, see, they all know what is God, what is heaven, the geography of heaven, they know the entire details. In this culture, we still don't know who we are. We are asking, who am I? This is the most profound question. The best thing about being a Hindu is, you're confused. Yes, it's very good. Because this is a geographical identity. This is not a religious identity which builds you confidence. I know this, God is with me. There's no such thing here. You don't even know who you are. So you're a natural seeker. Once you don't know, once you realize you do not know, we can try an experiment with you. Suppose I ask you to walk from there to there now. You will walk very self-conscious, how others are looking at you, this, that. Walk like this. Suppose we turn off the lights and make it pitch dark. Now I ask you to walk from there to there. You will become super alert, isn't it? Hello? The moment you don't know what is the next step, do you become super alert or no? Some of you who do not know how to be alert will start imagining things and create fear. Otherwise, it's natural to become super alert, isn't it? So this is what it means. This is called as the intelligence of ignorance. If you identify yourself with your knowledge, which is all rubbish, whatever knowledge you have, if you identify with your knowledge, even if you know the libraries of this world, still compared to this cosmic space, your knowledge is minuscule, isn't it? Huh? Is it minuscule or no? You may have 10 PhDs, still what you know is a minuscule. If you identify with a minuscule, you become a minuscule. But our ignorance is boundless. Hello? Our ignorance is limitless, isn't it? If you identify with your ignorance, you're limitless. Once you identify with your ignorance, your intelligence will never sleep. Even if your body sleeps, your intelligence is always awake, standing. Then we say you're awakened. So, in this culture, because it's a godless culture, when we find a human being who is accomplished in a way that you cannot believe a human being can do these things, then we say he is a deva or he is a deity. So, we say somebody is awakened because he is able to see and do things that you are not able to do. You naturally look up to him. So we make him like a deity. The word God comes from outside. We don't have a word for God, please see this. We call it a murti, we call it a yantra, we call it by different names. It's very appropriate. In this culture, people are referring to Tendulkar as cricketing god. It's not wrong. When we find somebody is accomplishing something that seems above what is human capability, what we think is human capability, then we look up to him as an accomplished being. There are words for this, but now because we've gotten into Western ways and we are speaking an English language, we are using the word God. Otherwise, we called him a Mahatma, we called him a Mahanubhava, these kind of words, just to say it is an extraordinary being. And that extraordinary being became the aspiration of everybody else in that society. Out of our love, out of our respect, we may put some flowers, we may do something, but you must understand, we are aspiring to be like him. We are not there to go and sit on his lap in heaven. This is not the aspiration in this culture. Always the aspiration is this. You must understand, this is something that's all gone crazy now. There is no worship here. There is no prayer here. There is only darshan. Darshan means you behold a form which you think is higher than you and you want to take it into your heart. Make that a part of yourself. That is what darshan means. You go to temple not to pray. Darshan, just to see. Nothing need to happen, nothing to talk, nothing to tell him, no appeal, just to see. But because we've gotten so westernized, we are doing all that. Because they are saying they're talking to their God and their God is talking to them, now we also pretending he's also talking to us. We don't want to be left out. No, you are supposed to just behold, that's all. Darshan is the only thing you do, no prayer. So, this is a hodgepodge thing, so you're saying this. Gautama did not become a god, people are aspiring to become a Buddha. So you think all the people around me are such dumb idiots? Nobody is working to become whatever they see as Sadhguru. You think nobody is working? They are. There are… because we are touching millions of people, nearing 1 billion now, because of this, some people just watching YouTube and they think they're doing well. Some people are on daily quote and they think they're doing well. Some people have done inner engineering and they think something is happening. So what is the difference between an established process, actually something that you have to do with yourself like inner engineering or further programs, and just watching talks or even being here is… one is titillation, another is transformation. Titillation means you know what? It's entertainment, spiritual entertainment. Little, maybe the way you think and feel you change a little bit. This is not transformation, this is a little change. It may help you, I'm not saying it doesn't help, it helps, but there is no transformation. Transformation means you as an individual is a form. This form should transform. If that has to happen, something more profound has to be done. We are seeing, we are looking for sponsors and other things. If it comes through in the next few months, we may roll out inner engineering programs free of cost. People are telling me, Sadhguru, you will have to file for bankruptcy. Such a thing will not happen. I'm sure people have enough sense. When they see some value, they will respond in their own way and contribute in their own way to keep it going for others. So, we will make it like this. For you, it is free. If you want another person to take it, pay something for the costs.
For the same aspiration of human fulfillment, there are so many efforts, so many different types of activity in the world. Whether one is going to the temple or to the bar, seeking God or drink or drug, one is seeking peace or war, one is seeking trinkets of life, another wants to go to heaven. Essentially, the pursuit is same. People want fulfillment. Well, it takes a lifetime of effort for most human beings. That things that they pursue will not and cannot bring fulfillment. Samyama is not an effort to fulfill yourself, but to remove the ingredients which cause unfulfilled condition within you. There is a process in your hands right now. Where you will take this process is in your hands. But it is such a potent and alive process, a very live and potent process, that if you give yourself to it, it does things that you've not imagined possible ever.
About spiritual process being fragile. If you ask me, your spiritual process is more often challenged here in the ashram than in some other city. It is challenged and it's also supported. That's important. You simply challenge, people may feel defeated. It must be constantly challenged and it must be also supported and nursed. Both are needed. As I said, some nursing is also needed, some challenge is also needed. Both are needed. There's no challenge, just nursing, you will grow up very weak. Only challenge, no nursing, you may break. It's a balance. Is there a perfect balance? There's no perfect balance, everybody balances somehow. So, where you feel most uncomfortable, you stay there. That'll be good for you. That is if you want to grow quickly. If you want to grow slowly, be where it's most comfortable. It's taken a lot of effort to constantly design every situation like that there is nourishment and there is challenge, there is nourishment and challenge. From being a Isha's Anga to become Isha, that means wherever you go, it's the same thing. Doesn't matter. You're in the middle of a marketplace, you're like this only. You can participate in everything, but untouched by anything. So this is a simple test for yourself. If you miss anything, not just people, anything. Right now, anything that we are used to, food, comfort, this or that, we thoroughly enjoy it. But when it's not there, we don't miss it. When you don't have it, if you're in the same condition as when you have it, this is a good indication. That means you are moving from a nursery to face any kind of challenge. Moving to a place where you can handle any kind of challenge simply means it's giving you the freedom to do what you want. Whatever we want, we can take it up and do it. Who told you they are incarnations of God? No, you must understand this. See, the idea of the God only comes from the three Abrahamic religions, that there is the God somewhere, one authority. Nowhere else does it exist, not at all in this culture. We called any being who is evolved beyond what we thought was a normal human being as a deva. That means he's like godlike.
Because I think I've spoken about this, people call Tendulkar a cricketing god. Everybody want to come and fall at your feet and things is because when they see somebody that is evolved beyond what they think is normal, what they think is normal, then that person, they are saying, he's divinely endowed, something more than what we have. There is no the God. Because there is no the God, there is no incarnation. Avatar means a repeat performance. Yes, avatar means he's come once again in a certain form. But does not mean the God has come. If somebody is of a certain kind, they say, oh, he's Shiva's incarnation. You must understand this. In this culture, for example, they were talking about Ramana Maharshi. People used to refer to him as Bhagwan. Bhagwan generally literally translates to almost like God. It's Sanskrit, somebody tell me what's Bhagwan, how does it break into two words? A fortunate being, that's what they're trying to say, okay. But generally, these are the words that are there to describe God. Tamil enna?
Kada ul means it's going inwards again.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize that, I thought kadval and so like. If that is the meaning, it's fantastic that they're using a word for God as something that is within.
In the dictionary it has been said like that, one who had overcome the self or existence.
If that is a dictionary meaning, it's a wonderful, absolutely fantastic meaning. Always they're referring to God as one who's transcended his own self. Fantastic. So these are the kind of the words that are there. There is no the God anywhere in these languages or in this culture. So in the question when you say, how did the incarnations of God come here? They didn't come here, they were here and they transcended their self and they became Kadavul.
Here are few facts about the concept of God in different regions and religions around the world. Christianity. In Christianity, God is understood as a Trinity, Father, Son Jesus Christ and Holy Spirit. This means that God is one being in three persons, each distinct yet fully God. God is viewed as a personal and relational being who desires a relationship with humans, offering love, guidance and salvation. Islam. In Islam, God, Allah, is the sole omnipotent and omniscient deity. Allah is the creator and sustainer of the universe and there is no God but Allah. Allah is both transcendent, beyond human comprehension and merciful, showing compassion and forgiveness to believers. Hinduism. In many Hindu traditions, Brahman is the ultimate, formless and eternal reality that is the source of all the existence. Everything in the universe is a manifestation of Brahman. Various deities such as Vishnu, Shiva and Devi are seen as different aspects or manifestations of the one Brahman, each representing different attributes and functions of the divine. Buddhism. Non-theistic approach. Traditional Buddhism does not emphasize a creator god. Instead, it focuses on the teachings of the Buddha and the path to enlightenment. While Buddhism acknowledges the existence of devas, divine beings, they are not central to Buddhist practice and are themselves subject to the cycle of rebirth and karma. Indigenous religion. Many indigenous religions believe in animism, where gods and spirits inhabit natural elements like rivers, mountains, trees and animals. These spirits are seen as integral to the natural world and human life. Some indigenous traditions recognize a supreme creator god who is responsible for the creation of the world but often remains distant with day-to-day spiritual life involving various lesser deities and ancestral spirits. These interpretations show the rich diversity in how different cultures and religions understand and relate to the concept of God.